not really met the paano po na-implement yung 1.45 trillion versions, diversions of it without the knowledge of the President, without the interest of the Department of Budget and Management and PBCC.
Your Honor, Madam Chair, ito po ay sa 2026 po.
No. Upang hindi na maulit, ngayon, bakit nakalusot? Kasi dapat malaman natin paano nakalusot sa inyo. Paano nakalusot sa Presidente yung 1.45 trillion na halong pinalitan ng Kongreso, yung budget, yung President's budget, yung Philippine Development Plan. Paano nakalusot sa inyo?
Madam Chair, Your Honor, marahil po ito po yung mga changes that was introduced doon po sa ating 2026 GAA. Ito rin po yung dahilan kung bakit po doon sa veto message ng ating Presidente, sinubject niya po ito doon sa further documentation at pagbibigay po sa amin bago po ma-release ng DBM yung karapatang allotment, ma-substantiate at ma-document po muna ng mga ahensya kung saan po nakalatag yung mga changes na na-introduce po bago po namin i-release yung mga allotment, Your Honor.
Ibig po sabihin na bet nyo na lahat ng mga projects, for example, lalo na sa Department of Public Works, dahil may naging controversy, we should learn from our lessons. Have you learned your lessons?
Your Honor, Mr. Chair, yes po, for 2027, talaga pong sinusuportahan po ng complete documentation, including po yung Program of Works, ang bawat isa pong proyekto na nasa 2027 National Expenditure Program.
Wala po bang leadership hand allowed?
Wala po at hindi po kami aware, Your Honor, kasi po we only evaluate the proposals submitted by the department.
So, ibig sabihin, yung 1.45 trillion na pinalitan ng mga leaders ng Kongreso na nakaraan, hindi nyo alam? Sa DBM?
Your Honor, ang projects po ay nakikita po namin after the NEP, the GAA, the enrolled bill was submitted after the BITAM.
When national budget pinalitan, 2024 pinalitan, 2025 pinalitan. So, ibig sabihin, wala po kayong monitoring. Yung DBM po, hindi nyo ba pinarating sa Presidente na ganito yung nangyayari?
Your Honor, Madam Chair, patungkol po doon sa mga, although yun nga po, I am not personally privy on that particular items, yung pong pagbabago naman po doon sa NEP to GAA, ay ang comparison lang po nito once we receive the enrolled bill bago po tayo mag-recommend. At yun nga po, ang naging karampatang rekomendasyon was to subject kung meron man pong changes na na-introduce or new projects, ay i-substantiate po ng mga department bago tuluyang ma-implement.
Pero ang secretary po ng DBM, isa lang yan. Marami po kayong mga staff na matatagal na dyan. Ano ba nangyari? Bakit pumayag? Hindi nyo ba brinig yung ating executive, yung ating presidente na ganyan ang ginagawa ng Kongreso? O wala na lang kayong libo? Ganun po ba?
Well, Madam Chair, Your Honor, isa po sa observation na parati naman po na ipaparating din po is yung effect po ng ng mga changes na ito, particularly sa implementation ng iba pang mga priority projects. At kabilang nga po sa ilang naaapektuhan would be some of the foreign assisted projects na priority rin po ng administration. And this is regularly reported din.
Priority po yung flood control, 1.45 sessions. 3 years, priority po ba yun?
Kaya po, Your Honor, Madam Chair, nandun po sa veto message na ito pong mga changes in the budget as introduced, including among others, the flood control project, ay dapat po na sumailalim sa determination ng department, substantiation po nila ng details itong mga proyekto na to, including other applicable budget rules po, Your Honor, Madam Chair.
Yung pong tungkol naman sa unprogrammed appropriations for the 711.9
Madam Chair, Your Honor, lahat po ng foreign assisted projects na nasa unprogrammed appropriations for 2027 ay sumasailalim pa po sa necessary approval sa ICC at sa ED Council. At lahat po ng mga ongoing or aprobado na po mga foreign assisted projects ay nasa loob po ng programmed appropriations. We will submit to the Committee on Appropriations, Madam Chair, Your Honor, the breakdown of the support to foreign assisted projects na lahat po ay sumasailalim pa sa review ng ICC at ng ED Council.
Can you submit it at least 1 week or 2 weeks before the plenary?
We will do, Your Honor.
Thank you. My next to Secretary Federico. Noong nagsasalita po kayo kanina, parang ang tingin ko napakaganda na ekonomiya ng Pilipinas. You said that ang debt to GDP ratio natin ay 56%. Tama po ba yan?
Sir, the general government debt to GDP is currently at 58.6%.
Is there any other parameter? Yung general debt, meron pa po bang hindi general?
Yes, sir. National government debt.
Kaya po, ang tinatanong ko ay national government debt to GDP ratio.
That
Which
is
is more appropriate.
that is 64.9%, Your Honor.
In 9%. It was announced by your office in February 3. Tama po.
Cannot remember the date you announced, but that's the number po, 64.9% for national government debt to GDP.
Salamat po sa Department of kay Secretary Kababayan ko, Secretary Balisakan. Meron po kayong mga projections dito na pagtaas sa 2027, 28 nung ating GDP, nung pagbaba ng inflation. Ano pong basis dito?
Well, the primary driver for the sharp slowdown in the last 3 quarters is one, the governance issues, right? Two, the Middle East conflict that led to sharp increases in oil prices. That drove inflation sharply, and those combinations caused a taming of increase or a deterioration of the consumer and business confidence. So yung the domestic demand slow down significantly. Now, so moving forward, and what we are trying to convey here is that we must address those issues. Of course, cannot do much about the Middle East conflict, but we should be able to respond through the appropriate tools in our hands to moderate the impact of those. And that's what we did under the UPLIFT program, for example. With respect to the other